Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, the Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 7 Collector Medium Tank, the Magnate. This vehicle is very clearly based off the Tier 8 tech tree, the Indian Panzer. I have to say, this is one of the coolest camos I have seen for a tank in a very long time. I think they did a really good job on the goldish bronze color, and I think the design of the vehicle itself just looks really cool. I like the fins on the back, I like the track wheels. I think overall Wargaming did a solid 9 out of 10 on the design of this vehicle. But the most important part about any tank is how it plays, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video. Starting off with the statistics. When we take a look at the vehicle fully equipped, we can see it features 2,200 damage per minute. It's not nearly as much as the 2,800 that the Indian Panzer features at Tier 8, but again, keep in mind this is a Tier 7. What it does feature is very nice alpha damage at 240 on the standard, and also pretty good premium damage of 210, barely losing any alpha damage between loading standard and premium ammunition. It also has very beefy high explosive rounds, dealing 290 damage per shot, although not the highest pen on the high explosive at only 144. Also, when we take a look at the standard pen of 170 and the premium of 217, this is with calibrated shells. So the vehicle overall does not feature crazy good pen. If you're up against Tier 8s, especially well-armored Tier 8s, yeah, it's not going to do the best, but thankfully, it's got so many good things going for it. First of all, it's got a pretty solid amount of gun depression at 8 degrees, and mobility-wise, the vehicle features a top speed of 50, a reverse of 18, and a power to weight of 20. So it's fast, it's got a very solid amount of gun depression, and armor-wise, the weirdest part is that this tank actually has more armor than the Indian Panzer. After taking a brief look at the turret armor, the mantlet is about 400 millimeters thick. Yeah, you heard that right, like 400 millimeters thick. In fact, while we're waiting to load in the battle here, I'll pull up Armor Inspector and I'll showcase the mantlet armor. Well, I guess we're loading in the game, but I should still have enough time to showcase the armor really quick. So if we make it to Blitz and we go to the Tier 7, Blitz Nation, Medium, we can see the armor right here. And you can see that the turret armor is literally like 350 millimeters thick on the edges. Now, if you shoot the center, it's going to be weak, but still, that is really solid armor for what it is. Again, a Tier 7. So up against us, we are having a Magnate. What else do we have? WZ-131. MT-25 and a P-43. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. We notice that both of the enemies, actually all the mediums, are so far spotted off towards this side of the map. So yeah, their entire team, at least of mobility, is over here. Now, because this thing actually has a very nice alpha, we're easily able to outtrade the majority of opponents up against us. Even, for example, this WZ, we're gonna bounce. Never mind. Well, not much I can say about that. That's just a skill issue, but that's fine, because we'll get another very easy roll right into his tank, and thank you very much. Let's reload again, poke me, and I'll get another easy shell in. Alright, well, just like that, we've done 730 damage. Well, maybe we can get another shot out. I can't pen that anywhere. That thing's got absolutely nasty armor, but we were able to cut right through the side. Once that tank over angles, it's a pretty easy penetration. We also got the MT-25 off to the side. Easy pen into him, finishing that player off. And now we just back on up. Alright, well, let's see if we can get another shell into the Semavente. Looks like we're actually not going to be able to, but that's fine. I'm just going to ignore him for now, make my way over to the ARL. Help my team out with the ARL very quickly. Again, the DPM on this tank, while it is not amazing, is still plenty to get the job done. Another nice roll, 250 damage into that player, and now we're going to start pushing up this hill. So we got the Semavente in front of us, and we're going to just keep on going up over this way. Let's see what he wants to do. Well, honestly, I'm just going to go for this player. Oh, that's a stock Magnate. That is not a smart decision, I'll be completely honest. Alright, well, let's get another shell into this player. We do have the Semavente who does shoot me, but at the same time, that thing is so immobile, we're easily going to be able to roll another shell into his lower plate. Let's put on our adrenaline very quickly and see if we can get another easy slap-a-rooney. There you go. Did have to load premium ammunition, as that thing actually has pretty solid armor, but pretty easy clear overall. Now we're going to use our mobility, get a clear on that player, and get behind this tank, and now we can just easily farm him. So, overall, first impressions of the tank, as you can see, really solid. The gun is great. I mean, the DPM is fantastic for a Tier 7. The mobility is great. The armor is pretty good. And I like the alpha a lot. 240 alpha on a tank like this is really really solid. So the first game we are able to deal 2,825 damage. But let's load into one more battle. Here we are. Once again, another tier 7 game. We got another Magnate up against us, and Panther M10, okay, and a P43 Anniversary for mediums. Alright, well even though that tank is a tier 6, the Anniversary is still a very, very solid tank. So I will have to be a little careful from that, but not too worried. Alright, well, let's make our way into the front line. They also got an AT7. I mean, they don't really have a lot of heavies. They have one single heavy being the T29, so not really too worried at all about that. And again, you can see the mobility on this tank is great. It's way faster than an Eagle 7. Not only that, but it's got more alpha than an Eagle 7, and honestly, more armor. It's kind of a joke. But let's make our way into the front line and see what we can do. Now, this tank itself is free. Like, if you wanted to grind the event, you can get your hands on this vehicle for absolutely free. So, while there's a lot of people that are probably going to try and complain in my comments that this tank is a OP pay-to-win vehicle, it's free. If you grind the event correctly, you can easily get your hands on this tank. No money spent whatsoever. So, keep that in mind. Let's see if we can get another shell into the Panther M10. There you go. I mean, we've already done 900 damage. You can see just how dang good the DPM on this vehicle is. That was an interesting bounce. I'm really not sure how that happened or why that happened, but there's not much I can really do about it. Let's get to the side of the T29, aim in, and boop, there you go. Nice 257 roll. We can already see the SU-100Y, which is by far the biggest threat, so at this point, I'm just going to get another easy shell into that T29. We're already up to 1,400 damage anyway. Now we got the SU-100Y, easy clear into his tank, still reloaded. Again, a stock Magnate, which kind of sucks for him, I guess. Let's see. I'm going to ignore these players for now. I'm going to make my way off to the side. The SU-100Y already died because he killed himself right in front of us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pretty decent powder weight this tank has. Give this guy a love tap, finishing him off. We got a nice lucky bounce from that T29. Now at this point, we're just going to get behind them and start on farming. Interesting. We actually hit the engine deck and managed to ricochet, but it shouldn't matter all too much. He's dead, and just like that, all that's left is the enemy T29. Overall, you can see the tank is great. I mean, I really have zero complaints about this vehicle. The gun is nice. It's got plenty of DPM. The alpha, as I said, is really, really solid. Actually, I might have been able to HE that. No, it's actually all yellow there, but that's fine. We'll still get a pretty easy high roll into our tank. Unfortunate, but we came out with a victory. And there you have it. So, overall, I have really been enjoying this Tier 7. It's definitely not the most exciting tank in the world. There are vehicles that can deal more damage, there's tanks that are faster, but if you want a solid tank that is not only pretty nice looking, but as well just a really solid tank in general, this is definitely a go-to vehicle. Overall, I've only played 6 games in the tank, but I've been able to average 2,500 damage and 85% win rate. So, nothing too crazy, but it's still been pretty dang solid for me. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.